If you're hardworking, ambitious, and want a better life for you and your family, if so, the UK is limiting your success and preventing you from achieving your goals. The UK, with all of its promises, is holding you back, taxing your ambition and draining your energy. And after all the blood, sweat and tears of trying to get ahead, what do you have to show for it? Imagine this, you do everything right. You get good grades, you get a good job, and you work your way up, you sacrifice the weekends, stay late, grind harder than most. And what do you get in return nowadays? Higher taxes, rising cost of living, more crime, less safety. Say the wrong thing online now, and suddenly free speech isn't so free anymore. So let me ask you, is this the dream? Because for me it's not, and that's why in less than a month I'm leaving the UK. Some will call me crazy, others might say I'm brave, but by the end of this video you'll understand why leaving isn't just an option, it's a no-brainer for anyone who values their freedom. So why I'm leaving, it wasn't one, big moment that made me decide to leave. It was a series of small ones put together, and then eventually it just gave way for us. Every day felt the same. Wake up, work, pay bills, live for the weekend, go to the gym, and repeat, really. I kept thinking, when does it change? When will it actually get better? Then one day, looking at my paycheck, and after taxes and bills, it hit me. If I stay here, work a regular, 9 to 5, I'll never truly be free. You take up jobs that are not fulfilling for more money to try and get ahead. In the end, you're selling your soul. And again, you're barely that far ahead than others. So for some people, love the UK, and for them it makes sense. But for many like us, it just doesn't anymore. So that's why I feel the UK is a trap. Ambition, it gets punished here. Like in reality, the UK is turning into a two-tier society. The haves and the have-nots. The middle class is disappearing, or if not disappeared already, pretty much. I remember when £100,000 salary used to be a big deal. I used to watch The Apprentice as a kid. And before it was, Lord Sugar invests in a business. You used to work for Lord Sugar for about £100,000 as a job. And that was a big deal. You could live quite comfortably in London for that amount. But now it's changed. And the official data confirms that inequality is at its all-time highs in decades. But here's the thing. Have you noticed the most ambitious, self-made entrepreneurs are already leaving? They're already, moving to Dubai, Southeast Asia, places that welcome ambition and not punish it. So, I feel like the UK makes success feel like a burden and not a reward. Don't get me wrong, I'm not successful yet, but I do plan to be. And you feel like you're uphill battle staying here. It's a lot of things happening here. Inflation is crushing consumers, and as a result, businesses. Regulators protect the big corporations. As you can see around here, I am in London, near Canary Wharf. You've got the big tall rise buildings. Well, as you can see here, you've got the big banks. So you've got HSBC, JP Morgan Chase, Citibank right behind it. And if you look over here, you have Let me zoom in actually. As you can see between them two buildings in the middle, you've got the Shard, which I believe is one of the tallest buildings. I'm not sure, I might be wrong. Tell me in the comments if I'm wrong. And then over there you've got City of London, you've got the Gherkin, you've got the big walkie-talkie with the Sky Gardens, and yeah, all the rest of it. So, yeah, let me turn this around. So yeah, regulators protect the big corporations, not small businesses. And then when you finally, if you make it and you want to cash out, the taxman pretty much bends you over. So we're paying more taxes than ever, but what do we actually get in return? At some point, you have to think, where's our money actually going? We've got underfunded NHS, crumbling hospitals, pothole-ridden roads, dying high streets, rising crime, gang violence, while police focus on tweets. I mean, I find it funny because people keep pushing the narrative that inequality comes from the rich not paying enough tax. But if that were true, why are millionaires leaving the UK in record numbers? It's not because they refuse to pay more tax. It's because they refuse to fund a broken system that gives citizens of the UK nothing in return. I mean, put it this way, right? Would you give a homeless person money knowing that they're just going to waste it on drugs and alcohol? If you ask me, I wouldn't. And if taxes alone were the issue, why aren't the rich fleeing in the same numbers as the UK, Denmark, France, Sweden, where the top tax rates are even higher than the UK? The truth is, high earners don't just leave because of high taxes. They leave when their contributions are wasted. So, let's say if you do even make it, in the UK, the system is designed to work against you. If you run a small business, you pay VAT, national insurance, corporation tax, dividend tax, business rates. I mean, if you think about it, no wonder most small businesses fail. There's just barely any margin left to live. And, let's say if you don't have a business but you own a property and then you want to sell it for a profit, you're hit with 24% corporation tax over a certain amount. I think it's £325,000. And then let's say you want to pass on your wealth to your family. Then if you have a certain amount, 40% in taxes. Almost half your life's work gone. So that's why I think smart entrepreneurs, remote workers, investors are moving their businesses offshore and themselves. Not because they don't want to pay tax, but because they refuse to pay into a system that gives them nothing. Let me show you this boat quickly. That is an Uber boat right there. So yeah. Now, I know not everyone can just pack up and leave. Maybe you have family here, maybe your income is tied to the UK, or maybe you're just not ready yet. But it doesn't mean you're trapped. If leaving isn't an option for you right now, you need to start building wealth in a way that gives you choices. Because at the end of the day, freedom isn't about where you live, it's about how much control you have over your time and money. And here's what you can do to help you kind of gain back control. 1, scale smarter. Use automation, AI, virtual assistants to grow your business, grow your income without working harder. 2, invest internationally. You can You don't have to stay here. You can do stocks, crypto, even businesses overseas. You know, you can build wealth beyond the UK borders. That should be me right now. Oh, can you see that? A little plane there. So yeah, another thing you can do is leverage smart debt. So if you know this, the rich use debt to scale, not just get stuck paying bills and bad loans. And also you can plan your escape, whether it's going remote, you know, structuring your assets differently, or exiting your business, or reformatting it so you can work anywhere. You just need a freedom plan. And because at the end of the day, real freedom isn't about running away. It's about leveraging how you make your money so you can have the choice to stay or go. But let's say if you can't, you know, or don't want to leave, I suppose it's not over. You know, I want to make one thing clear. I know I advocate, because this is what I'm doing myself, leaving the UK. I'm not saying you have to leave. Some people always call this country home. Wherever you are in the world, home. That might be similar to the UK in terms of the problems that we have. But there's a difference between those who struggle and those who thrive. Those who struggle, they believe in working harder is the answer. Those who thrive, they realise it's about working smarter and building a life of their own, on their own terms. That can mean staying in the UK, structuring your business or wealth differently, but it can mean also in living somewhere that offers more freedom. You know, lower cost of living, taxes, less regulation and a better quality of life. Let me cross the road here. Ooh. And get run over. So, in the end, real winners aren't the ones who just grinding harder in the UK. They're the ones who take control so they can live, work and invest wherever they choose. So, if you're a remote worker, entrepreneur or investor, and you already know the truth, staying in the UK isn't your only option to build wealth. Far from it. The real question is, what are you going to do about it? Most people, they'll do nothing. They'll stay. They'll struggle. They'll convince themselves. They'll convince themselves that they're stuck. But you are different. You see the bigger picture, especially if you've gotten to the end or nearer to the end of this video. That's why I'm starting my free email newsletter. And in that, I'm going to talk about how to take control, or how I'm planning to take control of my life. You know, how I'm going to be, traveling affordably without, getting a job. Building wealth internationally. As you can see here, look, I'm in the centre of Canary Wharf. You got the Canada Square One building there. And how I build my wealth internationally. Escaping high taxes and taking more of what I earn so that I can invest or spend it on things that actually make a difference. So, apologies for the noise, it's getting really noisy around here. But this isn't just about leaving, it's about creating freedom on your own terms. So if you want to see more content like this, obviously like and subscribe to follow the journey, traveling around the world, and to learn more from my wins and my mistakes so you can achieve freedom faster than just by yourself.